Hey guys, Brad Burkhart here from Killer Bass Guide Service, Bass Pro Shops Nitro Pro. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing a little series every month called Where's the Bite? And I thought this month we would do spring cranking. A lot of you guys have been keeping up with us on Norris the last couple of weeks. We've been catching a lot of fish over there on guide trips and whatnot, putting a lot of pictures up. And I thought we would take a couple minutes tonight and put you a video together and let you know what's been going on and how we've been doing it, okay? So what we'll do is we'll start off with the baits I've been using. I'll explain to you about those and what I like about those things and then how we've been using them, and maybe it'll help you out down the road. First thing we got, the good old Rapala DT6. This is by far my favorite springtime crankbait, period. Anybody that's ever been in the boat with me, been on a guide trip with me, or in a tournament, got drew with me, they'll tell you if we're in the month of March, Burkhart was probably pulling this plug. I changed the hooks on it. Those are not the hooks that come on it. Those are number 4 Mustad short shanks. They're triple grips. They got a little bit bigger bite to them. They add a little bit more weight to it, and the bait will actually sink just a little. That'll help you out big time, trust me. This is a DT6. It's called that for a reason. It'll go about 6-7 foot deep, but long enough cast, you can get them down there about 8, 8.5, 9 with these little bit bigger hooks, and you're not going to lose as many fish. And believe it or not, it doesn't get hung that much. The 2 colors I use in this thing is, of course, brown crawdad and demon. And these are just 2 really good colors to use back to back, because if they're eating the demon, you know, keep chunking that sucker. If not, you may need to change. I'll tell you one thing, if they're not eating the demon, they'll for sure bite old brownie. I've got so much confidence in this thing, it isn't even funny, okay? And I'm not sponsored by Rapala, but this is an awesome springtime crankbait, period, bar none. That's just me. And these are the 2 baits that we've been using over here on Norris Lake, okay? We've been fishing these things in dirty water, right against the bank, and that's been the key. So those are the crankbaits that I've been using. The other bait that I've been using a lot is a Killer Bass Baits Killer Jig, and they've been liking this J-Craw color awful well. I'm usually a green pumpkin guy. This J-Craw, a buddy of mine down in Scottsboro, Alabama, helped me put this color together. They've been biting this thing like crazy. This is black and blue, and it's got some green pumpkin, you can see. And I put a black and blue chigger craw on it as a trailer. Those Berkeley Power Bait chigger craws, I get the 4-inch and take a little bit off of it. I think they're about the best jig trailer on the market. I really like them. But now this has kind of been my 1-2 punch. The jig, and old brownie, the crankbait, that's been the deal right there. Okay? Anytime I come up on a piece of wood or a big old crack back in a rock or a big hole or something like that, or maybe a little point, I'll throw this jig up there. If not, it's been burning the banks down with this plug. And I think that a tip that may help you guys, it's in the spring, is that crankbait needs to be touching the bottom the whole way back. So if you're setting off the bank and throwing to the bank, your bait is only in the strike zone 3-4 foot maybe max, okay? Get that boat right beside the bank, parallel, go right down beside the bank, throw that bait just as far as you can, and keep it digging that bottom the whole way back. That's what you want. That's what's going to get you a bunch of bites, okay? I crank all my crankbaits on a Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier reel. I like a 5-2, 5-4-1, that slow ratio reel. I can tell what my bait's doing, and I'm not going to over crank it. I usually throw it on 15-pound test floor clear. That is the setup that I've been using. I think what's kind of hindering some people is I think they're setting off the bank and their bait's not in the strike zone long enough. If you don't remember anything from the video other than I'm ugly, make sure that your boat is staying parallel on the bank and you're casting as far as you can, and that bait's digging the whole way back. All of these baits you're going to be able to get at Bass Pro Shops, unless I beat you there and get all the brown crankbaits. The DT6, there's the hooks you want to put on it. Mustad 4-aught short shanks. Them dudes don't lose them. The Power Bait chigger craws for the jig. You can get all that stuff at Bass Pro Shops. They're going to have it in stock. They're going to take care of you. You know that. Guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. We'll do one next month, Lord willing. We'll talk about some swim baits, maybe some big old brown fish, and hang loose. I appreciate you hanging out. God bless. See you next month.